Hello students, today we are going to discuss the next part of the topic keeping our earth green and clean. So today we are going to discuss about pollution. So what is this pollution? Let us see the definition first. The addition of harmful substances in air, water and soil that can cause harm or discomfort to human beings and other organisms is called pollution. So what is pollution? When some harmful substances get mixed up with the air, water and soil, and these harmful substances they cause some harm or discomfort to the living things as well as to the other organisms, then such a situation is called as pollution. And the substances which pollute the air, water and soil, the harmful substances which pollute or which make the soil, make the air and the water dirty, they are called as pollutants. So on the board you can see the definitions of pollution as well as pollutants. So students, we find three types of pollutions in our surrounding, that is water pollution, air pollution and soil pollution. So first we will discuss about water pollution. So what is water pollution? The addition of harmful substances into the water bodies. Now which water bodies? The water bodies like lakes, rivers, streams, ponds, then oceans and seas. When these water bodies get polluted or get dirty because of some harmful substances, then we call it as water pollution. And how or why does this water get polluted? There are various reasons because of which the water gets dirty or the water gets polluted. Now let us see what are these reasons. So the first reason is washing of clothes and utensils in rivers, lakes, etc. So what do the human beings do? Human beings, they wash utensils and clothes into the water bodies, and as they wash it or they clean it, the dirt from the clothes, the dirt from the vessels gets mixed up with the water and the water gets dirty. Similarly, the addition of soaps and detergents or some chemicals which are carried by the drains or the sewage pipes, they also mix with the rivers, with the lakes, with the seas and the oceans, and hence the water gets contaminated or the water gets dirty. Also what happens? Fertilizers and chemicals from the agricultural fields, they are carried to the lakes or to the water bodies because of the rainwater, and this also pollutes or makes the water dirty. So also the garbage, many a times people they throw the garbage or the flowers which are removed from the flowers which are dried up. Yes, when we do the puja of our gods, what happens? We offer flowers to them, and when these flowers dry up, we remove them and we throw them into the water bodies. So this also makes the water dirty or polluted. So also bathing of animals in the rivers, ponds, etc. So in villages, also in cities, what is done? The cows, the buffaloes, they are taken to the rivers, they are taken to the ponds, and they are given a wash there in the rivers or in the ponds. And so what happens? The water there, it gets polluted. So all these polluted water is causing damage to whom? It is causing damage to the animals which are living in the water, that is the aquatic animals like fish, right? The fishes, all the aquatic life is getting disturbed because of the pollution or the dirt that is caused by all these reasons. So polluted water may contain many harmful microorganisms. Drinking polluted water also causes various diseases like dysentery, diarrhea, typhoid. So various diseases can also occur because of the drinking of polluted water. So students, it is very necessary that we do not pollute the water, because the pollution of water is causing damage to the aquatic life, and also if we drink such type of polluted water, it is surely going to cause some damage to our health. But there are some ways with the help of which we can keep the water bodies clean and safe. So what are they? The first thing, we should not wash clothes or utensils in the water bodies. The first and the most important thing is we should not wash our clothes or utensils, or we should never take the animals for a wash at the water bodies. The next, we should not throw any garbage into the water bodies. So any types of dried flowers or any other waste should not be thrown into the water bodies. So also the waste water from the factories and the sewage, the drainage pipes from the houses, they should not be, this dirty water should not be left into the rivers or the ponds without treatment. So some treatment should be done on them so that the dirt is removed, pollution or the chemicals are removed, and then it can be let out into the rivers. But if it is directly left into the water bodies, then surely the water bodies are going to get polluted. So these are the few things which we can do in order to protect the water bodies from getting polluted. So this was all about the water pollution. I told you about the reasons or the causes of water pollution. Also, I gave you some measures with the help of which we can avoid water pollution. So students, the next type of pollution is air pollution. So what is air pollution? The addition of harmful substances like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide into the air is called as air pollution. So if these gases like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide get mixed up with the air, the level or the quality of the air decreases, or it is not safe for us for breathing. So why does this air get polluted, or from where does all these gases get mixed up with the air? So burning of fuels like petrol, diesel in vehicles and coal in factories. So because of the burning of the petrol and the diesel, all the vehicles which run on the road, they run because of the burning of fuels like petrol and diesel. And that is why what happens? The burning of petrol and diesel in the vehicles, it causes smoke, and this smoke gets mixed up with the air and it causes air pollution. So also the burning of garbage. So what is done when the garbage is collected on a land? What is done? The garbage is lit. It is put fire, and when this garbage starts burning, fumes come out of it. Some dangerous gases come out of it, and those gases, they mixed up with the atmosphere, and so the air gets polluted. But because of this air pollution, what is happening? Many people are facing breathing problems. The respiratory system is getting affected, or it is getting some problems because of the dirt or the pollution of the air. Some diseases like bronchitis and asthma are found in the people who inhale or who breathe such polluted air, or who live into an area which is having so much of air pollution. So the diseases that are caused because of air pollution are bronchitis and asthma. But we have to take some steps in order to avoid these diseases. We need to take few steps. So what are the steps that we can take? So we should plant more and more trees. Yes, the plants, they take in carbon dioxide and they make the air fresh, or they increase the oxygen level of the atmosphere or the air. So it is necessary that we plant more and more trees. So also we must get our vehicles fitted with CNG kits. So CNG kit is one of the best options in order to reduce the pollution. CNG kit means compressed natural gas kits are available which are fit into the vehicles. So the vehicles, they do not require petrol or diesel for their working, but they can be run on this compressed natural gas, and because of this, what can happen? The pollution will be controlled. The pollution will be in check. So also the tall chimneys with filters must be fitted in factories to release the smoke. So what is happening? The machines and the all the machines that are working in the factories, and the factories are having tall chimneys so that the smoke can be left out into the atmosphere. What should be done? These tall chimneys should be fitted with filters so that when the smoke is coming out from these chimneys, the harmful substances are not let out into the atmosphere, but they are controlled in that filter. So students, these are the few steps which we can take in order to reduce the air pollution. right? Now let us move on to the next type of pollution, that is soil pollution. So what is this soil pollution? The mixing of harmful substances with soil is called as soil pollution. So soil gets polluted because of the agricultural waste which have chemicals in them, and these chemicals, they destroy the weeds and the pests. So chemicals which are used for destroying of weeds. What are weeds? Weeds are unwanted plants. For destroying the weeds and for killing the pests, some chemicals are applied on the food crops on the agricultural crops. So these chemicals then get mixed up with the soil and the soil gets polluted. So also domestic and industrial waste. So a lot of industrial waste is there that is dumped on the land, or the garbage, the sewage, the garbage, yes, that is the all the waste from our house, it is also dumped on the soil itself, right? It is taken into the big vehicles like trucks and tractors, and it is taken to the place which is outside from the city, and it is dumped there, it is thrown there. And because of that, what happens, this garbage or the chemicals, they remain on the soil for a longer time, and they start making reaction with the soil, and the soil gets polluted or the soil gets dirty. So soil pollution makes the soil infertile, and because of this, the growth of crops or the growth of plants is affected. So soil pollution is very much harmful to plants, to animals, and also to the human beings. But there is a need that we keep the soil clean. So what can we do to keep the soil clean? We should throw domestic wastes in dustbin. So we should take care that the waste of the house is collected in a dustbin, and it is given to the people who are going to make treatment on that garbage, and they are going to make the garbage collect in some place, and they are going to do a proper disposal of that garbage. So also sweepers should collect the garbage and dump it in closed garbage bins. So the people, those who collect all this garbage, they should also take care that they collect this garbage in closed garbage bins or closed packs, and they should discard it or dispose it in a proper manner. So also the biodegradable waste must be dumped into pits to change it into manure. So students, the household waste, like the wastage of the vegetables, like if you bring some leafy vegetables, what happens? Your mother takes the leaves only and the stalks are thrown away. So these stalks, they get mixed up with the soil, they do not make any harm to the soil. So such waste should be collected properly and thrown. That is such type of waste which gets mixed up with the soil and it does not cause any harm to the soil. It is called as biodegradable waste. So such waste should be collected in pits. What are pits? What is done? Pits means big holes are done in the soil, and such biodegradable waste is collected there, and it is allowed to mix up with the soil, and manure is also produced from such things. So such availability should be done by the people, those who are having a lot of space in their gardens and all. They can make use of such pits and they can generate some manure also from that. So disposal of the waste, disposal of the garbage has to be done in a very proper manner in order to avoid the soil pollution. So students, this was about the soil pollution. So there is one more type of pollution which is called as noise pollution. So the unwanted sound or the loud sound, that is called as noise. So during various festivals like Ganesh Chaturthi and various during the marriages and all, what do people do? They put on songs with a loud noise. So this loud noise can be harmful to some of the people, like small children's, then the young old people, those who are having some heart problems. These people are getting a very bad effect of these loud sounds. So we should take care that we can put on the songs and all these things when we are celebrating, but we should take care that the other peoples are not disturbed or they are not harmed because of the songs and this loud music. So too much of noise can cause pollution, which is called as noise pollution. So it causes headache, then it causes irritation to some people. Hearing loud sounds for a long time may also bring deafness to some people. So it is very necessary that human beings, they become very much, what we can say, they have to be very concerned about such people, that is small children and old peoples. So they have to think about those people, and they should try to keep the volume as low as possible, so that this loud music does not cause any harm to the people around them. So this was about the all types of pollutions. One more point I would like to discuss with you is the smog. So what is smog? A mixture of smoke and fog is called as smog. So you might have seen a dense cloudy fog like covering during winter. So winter seasons, you can see that when you are moving through the ghats and sections, what happens, you can see a white layer of fog in the ghat sections. It is called as smog. It is a mixture of smoke and fog. So smoke is a mixture of smoke and fog. It is a type of air pollutant. So smoke is also a air pollutant. It is because of the maybe various types of gases, also the dust particles, they all get mixed up and they form the smog. So it may cause itching in the eyes, and also it causes breathing problems. Also when you are moving through ghat sections, such type of smoke causes a lot of problems, because we cannot see what the things which are just before us, right? Until the vehicle, if you are moving through vehicle, you cannot see the vehicle which is moving in front of you. Just when it comes exactly in front of you, you can see it. It causes blur vision. Also it can cause eye itching and breathing problems. So smog is a air pollutant which causes harm to the atmosphere. Right students? Now let us move on to the last point of this lesson, that is biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste. So biodegradable wastes are the wastes that decompose or they rot after some time and get mixed with the soil. As I told you, the wastes of the vegetables, like leafy vegetables, the leaves are taken and the stalks, the stems are thrown away. So such type of waste, they get mixed up with the soil after some time. So such waste are called as biodegradable waste. These include the paper, the leaves, then fruit waste, vegetable peels, then things which are made up of wood. All these things, they decompose, they get mixed up with the soil. So biodegradable waste can be converted into manure by letting them decompose, and you have to cover those pits. As I told you, you have to make a big hole into the soil, and you can throw all these household waste, like the peels of vegetables, then the cover of the fruits. All those things can be thrown, and you have to cover it, and slowly what will happen, it will start reacting with the soil and it will get converted to manure. So it can be used as manure also. So animal wastes like cow dung can be used in the formation of biogas or gobar gas. In various villages, biogas or gobar gas is used for cooking of food. So it is produced from the waste of cows and buffaloes, that is, it is produced from the cow dung. So it is used as a fuel in the village. The next is non-biodegradable waste. So the waste that does not decompose or does not mix up with the soil even after a long time, that type of waste is called as non-biodegradable waste. So what are the things that are included in non-biodegradable waste? The things like plastic glasses, thermocol, then metals, rubbers. These things, they do not rot or do not mix up with the soil even after a long time. So these things, they cause pollution to the soil. They decrease the quality of the soil. So we can manage non-degradable waste by making some things, by adopting few things. So what are the few things that we need to adopt? We need to adopt the 3 R's. Now what is this 3R formula? So it is reduce, reuse and recycle. So we have to start to reduce the use of such things like plastic objects, plastic glasses, plastic cups, then the thermocol plates. all these things have to be reduced. Reduce means reduction in waste production by cutting down those particles that produce waste. So we should buy only such things whenever things that we need. We need not buy plastic glasses, plastic plates, because they do not get mixed up with the soil and they cause lot of pollution. So avoid buying of things with a lot of packaging material. We have to avoid buying and throwing away of products like plastic cups, glasses and tins. Also, we should decide for ourselves that whatever programs we held in our house, we should always use steel glasses, steel plates, steel cups for offering food. Just try that you never use or you reduce the use of plastic plates, plastic bottles, plastic cups, plastic glasses. The next is reuse. Now what is this reuse? Reuse means using those things again and again, otherwise would have been thrown away as waste. So reuse empty glasses or plastic jars to store things like pickles, dals, etc. Yes, when you buy some things from packaged, you bring it. Suppose you buy Bournvita bottle. So that bottle can be reused again for storing of dals, for storing of some pickles, for storing of some masalas and all these things. So you can reuse these plastic bottles. So also use biscuit and cheese tins for keeping things such as chips, buttons and needles. So these some boxes are there that we get from the markets. We buy some things and then the plastic jars or the plastic boxes are there. We can use these plastic bottles for keeping of needle, keeping of small things which are fallen here and there in the house. We can make use of such plastic boxes to keep these minute little things, right? Also give clothes and toys that we do not use to the poor and needy people. So also such type of bottles or the clothes that are not in use by us, we can just give it to the poor people, those who are in need of such things. So in this way we can reuse it, right? So also what is now this third R? It is recycling. So what is recycling? Recycling means converting the used items into raw materials and then making new products from it. So the raddiwalas, you might have seen that various raddiwalas come to your homes to buy the raddi, to buy the used up paper, to buy your old notebooks and textbooks. So what they do, they convert the papers into newly recycled papers. So these products, they can be used again. Recycling is done, that is the old paper is collected and they take it to some place. Then the recycling is done and they produce new paper from it. So that also can be done in order to reduce the pollution, right? So these recyclable wastes are generally collected by the kabadiwalas in our locality, and we should give our old magazines, old newspapers and other recyclable things like plastic bottles and all the things we have to collect and give it to them so that they can recycle and form new objects from them and the pollution can be controlled. So by following these golden rules, that is the 3 R's, that is reduce, reuse and recycle, these 3 R's have to be adopted by all human beings so that the pollution can get decreased. And reducing or decreasing this pollution is very, very important, because if this pollution level keeps on increasing, it is surely going to harm all the human beings, or I can say all the life on this earth. So students, it is very necessary that we keep our earth green and clean so that we all can live a very happy and safe